Hello everybody, welcome back to Course Design HQ. I have a special announcement today, sort of a special announcement. I have decided that I'm going to be making a little, I wouldn't call it tutorial series, but a series on obviously course designing, but it's going to be all about, like, as you can see from the title here, sightlines, framing, and more. Basically a lot of how to get like a picture perfect look to your course off tee shots, mainly focusing on tee shots, and be looking how to make your holes look as close as they can to the top designers, because there's always a different look between top designers courses and intermediate designers, and a lot of that can be done with working on your sightlines and your framing and more, obviously. So made a quick little PowerPoint here just to show you all the episodes that I'll be doing. I think there's gonna be about 5 or 6, each one focusing on a different aspect. They're gonna be really short, so information that you don't have to worry about a 30-minute tutorial video. I'll be using pictures and screenshots and analyzing those as we go. So obviously, here we go. The first episode is all going to be about sightlines. We're going to be talking about why sightlines are important when designing a golf course, and we'll get into that when we get to the that episode. So stick around, watch the series if you're interested in that. Also going to talk about how sightlines can help your course visually. Like I was saying, sightlines can really improve your course aesthetically, and so you want to learn how to do that. You want to make your course look as professional as it can, and it will help your course look better overall. We'll also be looking at some examples of good and bad sightlines, talking about if there's grass in front of the tee box, because I've definitely created some really bad holes like that, but I've also created some good ones too, so we'll take a look at that. So our next episode, our second episode, will be on framing, which framing and sightlines are kind of the same thing, but I decided to split them up so I could, it would be easier to put more information. Obviously there's a picture here. One of my better framed holes, I think. The second hole at Shadow Oaks, my course. And so yeah, with framing, we're going to be talking about how to frame holes, obviously. Also be talking about how framing and sightlines can work together. Like I said, they're basically the same thing, but we'll talk about that. Examples of good framing on different holes. Will be showing a lot of examples during this, some from my own courses and a lot of examples from other people's courses too. Also be showing you how to use trees in nature to frame holes, because trees can be super useful to frame holes, and it's really fun if you get really good at it. The next episode will be on the variety of styles when you want to use sightlines on holes and framing your holes. Also, you want to mix it up. You don't want every hole going to the right. With if every hole looked like this, with 2 bunkers in the back and a lake in front, that would not be fun. So you want to try to mix it up a bit. Like I said, different angles. Going right, going left, uphill, downhill. But also making it feel like one cohesive plot, right? But you also want to have some variety in there. It gives the course some interest, and we'll show some examples of course with good variety. You can go check those out and see what those designers have done to create a cool environment that is cohesive but also has a lot of variety with it. Our next episode will be called Keep It Minimal, and this one I cannot stress enough. And this a lot of people won't think about this one, but there is such thing as planting too much and trying to make your whole picture perfect. This is a time where you have to stop. Don't overdo it, obviously. Less is more. That's my big thing. You can look at a lot of Matt F courses. He doesn't plant a single piece of grass on the property, and it's just amazing. It's just you feel like it's an awesomely planted course, and there's barely anything out there. I was like Arctic Fury can pull it off, but when you're just starting out trying to create a clean course, don't overdo it with the planting. If in doubt, plant less, obviously. You know, if you think, does this look a little messy here, you know, I definitely choose to not plant that much. I stay on the minimal side. One of the final videos, I think it's the video before the review, will have extra little things, kind of things that I like to talk about, you know, that some people have different opinions on, and we could just go over that. Things such as like lighting, sun angles. You know, a lot of people like to look into the sun. Obviously, you can't do that on every single hole, but you know, backgrounds. Whether like here is an ocean, we could have mountains in the background. We could have trees, all that kind of stuff. Talking about cart paths, buildings, and objects like lighthouses, you know, water towers, cars. You know, how can you use those in sightlines and framing too? And also I'll be providing my opinion on certain ideas. Like some people don't like cart paths that much. You know, I kind of like them sometimes. I think they can be used really well. You know, so that'd be a cool thing to discuss with different people. You know what I mean? Our final video will be all about review. We'll just go over everything: sightlines, framing, variety, keeping it simple, keeping the planting simple, best examples, and a showcase of designers who use sightlines and framing really well in their courses. You can go check those out and get a lot of knowledge from them. A lot of well-known designers. But yeah, that'll be a really cool show. So yeah, make sure to look for new videos coming soon. This series I hope to start making. This is episode 0, obviously the intro, but I almost have the first episode completely planned out, and I'm ready to go on these. You know what I mean? So if you're interested in this if you're interested in this stuff, make sure to slap a like on the video and subscribe. We just hit like 60 subscribers, and we do want to get to like 100. That's kind of my goal. That'd be really cool for a channel that was just started by me. But yeah, that'd be awesome. So see you guys next time, and look for the new videos coming out soon.